on forward planning. This is a heck of a lot of money for you guys to spend and to continue to spend if the only result we're going to have is a document that does nothing for us. So if you don't plan to do anything, then why have you done all this up to this point? Thank you.
Thank you. That's the last speaker card I have. Others in the audience wishing to speak, please step forward, state your name for the record. I'll take you in order of your presentation. Any others wishing to speak? Please step forward, state your name for the record.
Hi, my name is Peter McHale. I'm not sure if you covered this already, so I apologize in advance if you did. I guess I have a question as to, there's two different categories of map change requests that were evaluated in the EIR. One is the I guess it's the one that's automatically going forward. Sometimes it's referred to as the preferred plan. And the other one is the Board of Supervisors alternative. So I would just like to know, I guess, how these things go forward. What is the process for those requests that are part of the Board of Supervisors alternative in terms of how they end up going forward and making it or not making it into the final project?
Please.
As part of the public comment period, essentially we're taking into account yours and everyone in the county who wishes to speak about their proposed land use changes in the alternatives. As part of the Board of Supervisors and the Planning Commission's discussion, they can direct staff, and public comment will obviously be incorporated. At this juncture, we'll be taking all that into consideration and then forwarding recommendations to recommended changes to the general plan document as well as to the EIR document in the next several months. And then from that point forward, then a final draft will be prepared, and then we'll again go through public comment period, public testimony, and that at this juncture is proposed for the spring, the early spring.
Thank you. So for those that are in the alternative, do you think that is that going to happen on an individual one-by-one basis, or are they going to go? Is there going to be a decision on all of those as a whole, or?
At that, from what we have taken in from public comment, and from all of the discussion that's occurred at the Planning Commission and the Board of Supervisors level, we'll probably be reviewing yet again all of the parcels that have come forward, and I'm assuming from the discussion here that the Board of Supervisors and the Planning Commission would like to review them again and perhaps direct staff on those recommendations.
So it sounds like individually, or?
It probably will be both individually and collectively. So if you have further information, if you feel like during the process that it was initiated a year or two ago that you did not receive or did not provide sufficient information, or that you have more information that you would wish to provide us, then Patrick Ford will be taking that information. He has cards available, and then you can provide us that information on an individual, and then we'll provide the information collectively to the board and Planning Commission.
Okay. Yeah, I've spoken with Patrick a few times, and he's basically indicated that in both categories that it's really not an environmental issue for any of the requests collectively in the Board of Supervisors alternatives. I'm sure he can address that, but it's not really an environmental hang-up, so he wasn't really sure how it was going to go forward, if it was going to happen now or happen in the spring or what have you.
Mr. McHale, what grouping are you in now?
Originally it was there was 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
Right, so the ones that were in category 3, the ones that were in category 4 were excluded, right? The ones that were in category 3 made it into the alternative. So they underwent the EIR. But they're still somewhat in limbo. It's not exactly clear what happens to all of those ones that are in that category.
But you're in group 3.
I'm in group 3, yeah, which has been considered. So when I talked to Patrick, he wasn't really clear either as to how it goes forward. So I don't know if this is the appropriate time also to talk about my individual request. I did send some of you a letter. I'm not sure if you guys have got it.
If you just come in later, this is just for basically the public to make comments to the general plan. The final decisions will be made at the month of January. March? That's right, March, yeah.
So,
Mr. McHale, I will take exception and allow you to speak to this if you would like to tonight, but you do understand that you will have another opportunity to speak to your project specifically as we continue through the process. So it's your desire.
I can do it either way. So that will be in January, the next opportunity, or?
March.
March. I'll defer to you if you